Japanese submarine slams 2 torpedoes into our side, Chief. We was coming back from the island of Tinian Tileti. We just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. The vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about a half an hour. Tiger, 13-footer. Now you can tell that from when you're in the water, Chief. You can tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. What we didn't know is that our bomb mission had been so secret, no distress signal had been sent. They didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief. Sharks come cruising. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. You know, like the old squares in the battle, like you see in the old calendars. Like the Battle of Waterloo. You see, the idea was, shark comes to the nearest man, that man he starts to pound and holler and scream, and sometimes that shark he'd go away. Sometimes that shark he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark he looks right into you, right into your eye. You know the thing about a shark? He's got lifeless eyes, black eyes like a doll's eyes. When he's coming at you, don't even seem to be living until he bites you. And those black eyes will over wide, and you start to hear that terrible high-pitched scream, and the ocean turns red, and despite all your pounding and your hollering, those sharks, they all come in and they rip you to pieces. You know, by the end of the first dawn, Chief lost 100 men. Don't know how many sharks there were, maybe 1,000. Don't know how many men, they averaged 6 an hour. Thursday morning, Chief, bumped into a friend of mine, Herbie Robinson from Cleveland, baseball player, bosom's mate. Well, I thought he was sleeping. I reached over to wake him up, and he bobbed up and down in the water, kind of like a top upended. Well, he had been bent in half from below the waist. Noon the 5th day, Mr. Hooper at Lockheed Ventura swung in low. He spotted us, young pilot, a lot younger than Mr. Hooper here, but anyway, he spotted us, and 3 hours later, a big fat PBY comes in and starts to pick us up. You know, that was the time I was most frightened, waiting on my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again. So, 1,100 men went into the water. 316 men come out. Sharks took the rest, June the 29th, 1945.